Get it? When you're out here moving, make sure that you're doing you, You're only born to do one thing.
Hello, it's the Certified Chaos Podcast. It's for EJ Daffro, aka Mr. Man Hustle, aka Mr. However do you want it? However do you need it? Oh, however do you want it?
What's up? We back in this Sir Lou Ears, the Certified Chaos Podcast, and we got a special guest with us today, Mr. Raj.
Hello.
Very accomplished man.
All right, my big bro.
Everything good with you?
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. I'm glad
Now
you came on.
Now the reason why I didn't say what he does, he's a man of many hats.
Yeah, man.
So we're gonna let him explain to you what
turbans.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right.
We used to,
I'm with it.
yeah, I mean, me and Raj met like 1,800 years ago. I mean, we met 10 years ago. We was
Conquistadors.
back
Yeah,
in the
that's
day.
right. On that wooden ship. I remember that, man. I'm glad you didn't forget.
Yeah, it was majestic. So how's life been treating you, man?
Wow, you know, when someone asks that broad of a question, I just got to say blessed.
Yeah.
You know, ups and downs, challenges, and you know, jubilations.
I got you.
But yeah, blessed, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So as far as this past year, how's that kind of affected you and your family? So
We're talking about like with the pandemic
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Well, you know, this year hasn't been as being that we're artists.
Mm-hmm.
This year has actually been much better than the year before.
Gotcha.
You know, 'cause the year before I had a lot of things shelved. I'm not really a scary type. I believe in the higher powers and your breaths on this earth are what they are, whether it's a pandemic or tornado or war. You know,
Yeah.
Indeed.
Either way, anyway, you're gonna get your breaths that you were allotted.
Yeah.
So I don't worry too tough about this is going on here or that's going to happen there. I was going massless from day one. I caught the COVID. I beat the COVID.
There you go.
You know, natural immunity here, right now.
That's right.
And we all got it within us.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I
Correct.
don't fear these kind of things that we've been mongered to do. No,
Exactly.
you don't do this. But yeah, so overall, man, you know, the family's we've been doing the do.
Okay. So as far as like is anything else like as far as work wise, has that been affected?
Interestingly, so I do vascular ultrasound part-time.
Gotcha.
And I work in a private practice.
Okay.
And there came that time that the vaccine was being offered at the, you know, I don't know what we could, how politically or what, you know, what words we can use.
You're
but,
free.
Go ahead.
You know, they were jabbing away, and the doctors, thank God, were so cool with me. They were like, we're not going to force you, but we recommend it. I said, well, you know, I had it last August, and I feel I'm naturally immune. They're like, oh, okay.
There you go.
So, you know, so work-wise, it didn't mess with my head or my
Gotcha.
time. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
I got you. And so as far as your profession, like, can you kind of elaborate more on that? Like, what does your job entail? Your part-time job?
Okay, yeah, yes, and I'm definitely gonna say it's part-time. It used to be full-time. I managed a 4-bedroom hospital down in Riverdale, Southern Regional, the ultrasound department for a while. And I got burnt out with that being my 9 to 5, 40 to 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So, yeah, but I love the craft of vascular ultrasound. Basically, man, I do ultrasound, which that word I'm sure people are familiar with.
Yeah.
But there's different, let's say, capacities of it. I never wanted to do babies or balls. So I chose blood flow.
Gotcha.
So vascular meaning, you know, veins and arteries.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, and I loved it because it was dynamic. And everybody's vasculature inside is very generally similar. But then you got people with anomalies like, you know, different connections of veins or arteries, or, you know, extra veins here, or, you know, a double artery there. So, you know, besides the so I check for DVTs, deep venous thrombosis.
Okay.
I check for, you know, any kind of blockages. People have strokes. It could be because these carotid arteries are junked and gunked up.
Okay.
And I find out how much percentage is blocked. If there's a certain percentage, they'll go and operate. The beautiful thing I love about vascular ultrasound, which I think over any other ultrasonic modality, is I could get a patient admitted or go straight to the hospital without a doctor reviewing my study. It's that serious.
Yeah.
It's a DVT. If you had a blood clot in your leg and it was extensive, walking from here to your car, you could literally die. So if I found it and there ain't no doctor to read it, you think I'm gonna let that dude walk to the car? But because I did it and I was blessed to be very adept at it, no doctor questioned me. They were like, yeah, okay, let me call them the room, get them a room and get started, or send them to the ER right now. And they're outpatient, walking in and going, my leg hurting a little bit, or it's cramping for the past 2 days. A lot of times, it's subjective on how it presents an individual, you know. But yeah, so it deals with, helping people out.
Yeah, definitely. Especially blood clots.
very
It's serious. People.
Serious.
Like I was watching some players saying they was gonna try to play through that. I was like, that's tough.
You need to go see, what's going on, because naturally, as you said, that's not supposed to happen.
Absolutely.
So right, that's something.
And, we got the two systems, the arterial and the venous, right? Arteries taking it from your heart to every, tip and part of your body.
Right.
And then the capillaries and everything become the venules, that become the veins bigger, bring it back to your heart. So when you have a blockage in your artery, you might could wait 6-8 months to get it fixed.
Yeah.
You got a clot in your vein now. Yesterday.
Right.
Blood thinning, breaking it down, whatever you need. Yeah. So it's cool, man. I love it, though.
How long you been involved in it?
So I started in 2001 after
Okay.
I closed our pet shop down that I had in Union
Really?
City for 12 years.
Really?
Yes.
Man, I told you. Kind of keeps the doors, man.
Lot going on.
I told you. So, how's my pet tiger doing? I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing.
Twan got one.
Really?
Antoine?
Okay.
Pat Moore, I got one up there right in Dahlonega.
Exotic animals. If you could accidentally eat me, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, so that's funny that you said that, because when he had it as a cub, he'd be up there walking it, petting on it, but because he's a busy guy, he couldn't give it. If you want a tiger as a pet, literally, and a lot of people have them, especially in Saudi Arabia, lions and tigers, because they got a lot of money and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Right.
Let's get a big cat. But if you don't spend daily imprinting recognition, when it gets to where its claws and teeth are a formidable form,
it's
either here or there. Yeah. So now he can go over there and throw a whole chicken over the fence for it. But he can't get in the fence no more.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I heard when you pet like those type of cats, you have to be firm with them when you pet them, in a sense.
Well, and that's the whole thing. If that cat knows you, then any animal senses fear. And how it senses fear is because, one, our heart rate goes up. Two, our body temperature changes.
Right.
We start getting a little warm, a little nervous.
Yeah.
And that animal can sense that like feet away.
Yeah.
Right.
So it already like, he ain't right.
Right. It's all about frequency. Frequency and vibration.
Frequency and vibration.
Yeah, they
That's
will
why
pick it up.
animals and big cats and all these, even dogs, as they can sense.
Gotcha.
Walk in like fearless, and you might get away.
So what's that like running a pet shop? How's that
Man, it was
work?
beautiful, because we were pet lovers. My brother and I rested his soul. Gotcha. That's why I actually closed it down a month after he passed. But we had it for 12 years down there, man. And we did exotics. We didn't do dogs or cats because we were firm believers that we ain't gonna keep such animals caged up when they need more pen-like freedom or yard-like work.
Right.
But we had ferrets, chinchillas, hedgehogs, all kinds of parrots. We hand-fed big cockatoos and macaws, African greys. But we were big into salt freshwater fish and reptiles.
Okay.
My thing was the reptiles.
Okay.
Oh, we had some wild ones get through there, boy. It was awesome. And I loved it because even though I couldn't keep everything we got, I get to feed it for a minute or handle it or see it and appreciate it and enjoy it before we sold it.
Okay, reptiles.
And reptiles get very exotic.
Yeah.
Yes.
They get very
We had
exotic.
tarantulas, scorpions, giant and centipedes that were poisons. Never handled those, but I would hold emperor scorpions, tarantulas. Emperor in this hand, tarantula in the other.
Gotcha.
With a snake around my neck, just to show people you ain't got
Hey,
that.
not the
shit.
best.
You gotta know how to handle it.
Yeah.
And you really do. You have to learn how to handle it. And my thing is, when you see big snakes sometimes, and they snap and don't. Like I seen one guy had a boa constrictor. And I guess it was just feeling that way this day. But he didn't flinch. It's in it, so he picking it up, and it snapped. And he just kept talking through the video, and I'm like, that's what I be worried about.
Yeah.
Well,
but it's about how you handle it.
You didn't go around holding snakes growing up.
Right.
He knew what the deal was with that particular one.
That's how he moved. It's like, hey, this is just how it's feeling today, But they can also pick up fear.
Oh yeah. Well, they're cold-blooded, but so they're a little different when it comes to. And I'll be honest with you, man. Really, with reptiles, it's handling.
Yeah.
If you can get the meanest snake, because I'll tell you what, the one snakes that always bit me, every time, were the baby anacondas. For some reason, they're just naturally rude.
Right.
I get a bag of boa constrictors, might be 8 or 10 in there, and it might be 1 out of 10 that bite me.
Yeah.
I don't care how many anacondas you get in the bag, everyone's gonna bite you.
you.
So but then even the anaconda, and they got decent teeth even as babies, so you get like rawhide gloves. But if you handle them daily, And 2-3 months, they ain't as snippy. So you build, because we had 10, 12-foot pythons that weighed over 80, 90 pounds.
See.
And I put it around my neck like it was nothing. Why? Because of the nature of that particular.
Right.
It was a Burmese python, albinos, and then
I was just finna ask
Gotcha.
you. Look, it came up. Have you ever had one? Yeah. Now, when you see those are beautiful. Have you seen the ones they have the rainbow scales?
Oh yes, there's a
Man.
variety of snakes, dude, with the right iridescent, like when the light hits them, the iridescent sheens on them, and the colors. It's gorgeous. I know you say, how you say a snake's pretty? Oh my God.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see 'em.
It's a beautiful.
Because they're
snakes
beautiful
out there.
animals. I told somebody, even though I haven't handled one, I'm not. I don't demonize snakes because I know what they are.
I'm glad you use
Right.
that word because so we're right
Yes.
next to this Walmart.
Yeah.
There in Union City. So there's a lot of flow. 2 stores down was this beauty supply shop.
Yeah.
Now there's 5 ladies that work there, a little older. 4 of them would come in the shop. 1 never came in the shop. She's like, y'all got demons in there.
Oh, okay.
It's like she was going biblical on it.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
Or then people be like, well, how could you feed a live animal? Because like the big pythons, we had to feed rabbits, or the real big ones, and then rats for the lesser, and then mice for so on and so forth. But they'd be like, how could you? And then I said, well, look, this is God's creation too. Now this one could live over 100 years. That one live about 3 to 5. That one helps that one live a lot longer.
Correct.
If that one,
That's just what that is.
and then the rabbit live 100 years, and the snake will live.
I consider it's balance. It's balance.
That's exactly what it
balance.
is. It's the nature of life. I mean, and people like when they say, "Oh, you're feeding it rabbits," but if that snake sees a rabbit in the wild,
That's what it's going for.
and people they live in that bubble.
Deer,
Right.
wild boar. And
Come
these
on.
creatures are there, all God created, but
Right.
serving the circle of purpose in life.
Yeah. Man, what you want to start eating on humans first before you start doing it? All right,
They would feed it salad.
This is how
That's
long
what they
that
want.
ago.
Right.
Feed it salad. Like come on.
You don't want that. Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So as far as music, I know you have a real strong passion for music.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
These are my boys too.
Gotcha,
In fact,
gotcha.
we worked on their last album, 2 tracks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dope.
For the People and Go Curry.
Okay. So what actually got you into music?
So what got me out of music is probably started playing music when I was 5 years old.
Okay.
My brother, God gifted Avanson. He was talented without lessons. He could play like Neil Peart from the band Rush by the age of 13.
Okay.
I don't know if you know who that is, but look him up when you do, and you hear the drummer from there, and then you'll be like, huh? Without
right.
a lesson?
Yeah.
So he was so gifted, I just had to do something with him. So he's 2.5 years older than me, and so he played the tablas, which are Eastern instruments that we use for religious hymns. I mean, we use for all kinds of music, but it's what we use for religious hymns in the temple. And the harmonium, which is another instrument that accompanies that. So he was so gifted on percussions and drums and anything related to rhythm that I started accompanying him. He was 7.5, I was 5, and we started playing. Then we were good, or God gifted, I guess he was, and then I just kind of fed off of his energy. And so from the age of 5 to 18, before I went off to college, we played every Sunday. And people loved us. He had a great voice. I can't sing. I can kind of rap, but I
I
can't.
got you.
But so what happens is I just loved music from that young age.
Got you.
Never touched percussion. I had an epiphany in 1990. I was 20 years old. Oh, I'm aging myself, didn't I?
It's all good.
Can we edit that part out? No, I'm just playing. So,
We already know. We told you.
Yeah, okay,
They know I'm
yeah.
1,000 years old.
As I say,
Same
people,
age,
it's no
3,000
such thing as I'm very old. So I've been here before.
Right.
So I
That's
mean,
all I say. It don't be nothing. It's all right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then if we just do a quick sidebar, that chronological labeling is based off of the Gregorian 60-second minute.
Yeah.
So they said this 60-second gonna make a minute and this 60 minute
Yeah.
gonna make an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, who says that?
Right.
For sure.
Right.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I got you.
No time.
Man, it's
Oh, yeah.
oscillations of cells.
that's
Yeah.
it. No such thing
That
as time.
time is different for everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why 50-year-old could look 80 and 80 could look 50.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm actually 80. Yeah. But
Right.
But so I had an epiphany, man. And I dropped. I was pre-med biology. I had taken my MCATs. I got accepted to 2 medical schools in Ohio. I went to the University of Toledo.
Okay.
And all I had to do was get a C or better for 2.5 quarters. It was quarters back then, semesters now, I guess. But And I graduated and go to medical school. My parents were like, oh, we got the doctor finally. Thank you, God. And I jacked their world.
Yeah.
I literally, and this is the first time I'm publicly stating this, had to run away from home
I got you.
to follow my dream.
I figured that.
And then when my brother found out, he owned a liquor store up on Howell Mill right there by the water plant.
Okay.
You know that little
Yeah,
weird...
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Right,
It used to be a
right.
liquor store back
Right.
in the 90s and
Yeah.
early 2000s.
Uh-huh.
He was the owner of that, and he's like, and he was the pet freak, right? Because he managed a pet shop in Cleveland, Ohio. When he was 15, he got a job. By the time he was 16, he was managing a department because he was so into it. So he's like, Raj, man, you know what? Just take a break. How about you just take a break? Come back home. Come down to Atlanta. I'm going to sell this shop. You know, you open this pet shop with me. I'm ready to open up the pet shop. And that's what got me down to Atlanta. And then that's when I just carried on my music scene and never went back to school after that. Because I was supposed to take like a hiatus and help them get the shop started and then jump in Georgia State or whatever and finish my degree and do the thing.
I got you.
But life does what it does for a reason.
Yeah, so what it did was supposed to do for you. Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I'm always I'm always intrigued when people find out what you actually, how you were associated with your family and all that. So it's always can you kind of describe that?
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I got you.
Starts with the pet shop again.
Gotcha.
My brother and I were in there one day just by ourselves. Our employees were off. And Andre, big boy, and a couple of crew, you know, the folk, walk in the shop. Now, this point in my life, this is in 98. I had been playing with a reggae band for 6 years by this time. And we were cool. We were big. It was called Soulcraft here in Georgia, in Atlanta. I mean, we opened up a Burning Spear, who's he was around with Marley in Jamaica. And he's still alive, you know.
Right.
But we were like big band reggae. Man. We had horns, you know, keys and percussion, everything. So I did not know the hip hop world. I know that sounds ignorant as a musician, but I was so entrenched in
what you was in.
reggae.
Right, that's your
I
real.
didn't need or feel for nothing.
Right.
It was just that strong. So these brothers walk in. They already had dropped Southern Playlistic, and they just finished dropping AT Alien.
Right.
And I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
I know that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But they come in, and Big is the one looking for a tank, and everybody's just there, company,
just like
being around with the brother. And in and out, folks running to get autographs. In and out, in and out, in and out. Something that should took me 30, 40, 45 minutes to get him up with this, you know, about $600 worth of 55-gallon tank and everything that it takes. You know, it should take 30, 45 minutes. It took about 3 hours because they keep getting interrupted. So, you know, by the time we got this and Big having brother pull up the truck to load this stuff and he's standing there, I said, man, what do y'all do?
Yeah.
Right. Especially you see in the traffic like
this is something. You guys something, you know. And, you know, they had the look, you know, like performers of sorts, you know. And so they said, yeah, man, you know, Big was real nonchalant about it. Like, yeah, man, we Outcast, you know, and, you know, we just dropped this album, this and that. Right. And I heard, like, musician, or, you know, I play music. First, he said, oh, yeah, what you do? I said, man, I'm a percussionist. He's like, oh, word. He said, hey, man, we about to work on this next album. Give me your number. Right.
Cool.
I had to go home and research. I was like, I want to put my foot in my mouth.
Right.
I wanted to put my foot in my mouth.
Right.
I was like, how ignorant of a musician can I be at this?
Right.
But then I kind of delved into their whole library, and I really, for the first time, fell in love with hip hop.
Right.
Not that I didn't love Big Daddy Kane back in the day, and KRS-One and BDP and all them back in the day.
Right.
I mean, well, before I got into reggae heavy, it wasn't that I was opposed or ever didn't love it.
You just like
but I really fell in love with it.
Right.
From where I was at musically.
They had that type of music though.
Yeah, that organic and bring the live instrumentation.
Right.
It was something totally like,
So
wow.
it's different.
Wow. And then all I could do was, wait, when they gonna call me? Look, it was so crazy. Then, you know, I just said, he ain't gonna call me. They too big. Why would they call me? Right? This is my mindset, and I just let it go. I was still doing my reggae. About 2.5 months later, 1:30ish in the morning, I get a call. Hey, is Raj there? I'm like, who this? You know, who called?
Yeah, it was 1 o'clock in the morning, yeah.
I gotta work
It's
there.
late,
Open up
yeah,
the
right.
you know? I'm like, who's it? Then he's a, yeah, man, this big, bro. We at the studio. If you want to come through, we got an idea. Bro, I was like, give me the address. It was Doppler.
Okay.
You know, where Usher and TLC and all that, like multi-million-dollar studio. Never been in a big, beautiful studio like that, right? But I play when I get there, and I'm just like, okay, you know, I'm trying to not be too starstruck.
Right, yeah, just
This is
keep
what I
it,
do
yeah,
kind of stuff.
keep everything right.
Yeah, like, okay, where you want me to put my stuff? You know, and,
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, you got it.
I got a lot of stuff here, you know. You got
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
I had to do come out, help me bring my stuff in, whatever. And you know, Dre and Big was there, and David Sheets was there.
Okay.
And you know, a few other folk, you know. And I grew up playing the harmonium.
Yeah.
Now, age of 5, I used to play because you pump air with one hand and you play the keys with the other. I knew where my keys were, so I never played with my eyes open. Especially since we were doing hymns and religious hymns, I was like, oh, I need to go somewhere else with this, you know. I'd be, you know, zoning in. And so I get in the studio room and I said, can you turn the light down? Can you turn the lights down? You know. And I said, more and more and more. Next thing you know, the lights are off. And they're like, you know, they get
Right,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
making out
yeah.
the room. Right, I just,
so, you know, I had like 3 congas here and bongos here, you know.
Yeah.
Like my setup, and they're like, can you see anything, man? I'm like, no, I'm cool, let's go. So I get the track, and I just go in my zone, brother. And it was like God just coming through and being there at the right moment with the right energy.
Correct.
Because when they cut it off, first I heard them go, oh, you know, they're screaming up in there. And then I open my eyes and I see them. They're all like, you know, high-fiving.
Right,
like,
right.
You know, doing all this kind of, you know, like they happy as hell. So I knew I laid it right on that one.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they didn't even keep that one. That went on Killer Mike's Monster
Right.
album.
There you go.
Interesting.
See,
Later on.
on.
But because, you know, it was what it was, I walked back there, you know, they're like, you know, I walked back there and they're all like, man, bro, you did that thing. Then right away, he's like, when we go on tour, you are percussionist. That was it.
That was it.
that was it.
That was it.
When we toured with the Clementine, when the Clementine came out, because I played on artist storytelling and the synthesizer with Clinton.
Okay. Wait a minute, you said equipment now. I thought it was Aquamina. No, I'm just playing.
Where you from?
That's dope. That's so organic.
Yeah.
You know how
Yeah, it
everything
was.
came
It
about.
was not
You know.
forced, you know, and everything happened this time it fell in place. And then we
Right.
toured. Man, I was so blessed that I was a professional musician at that point.
Right, correct.
But
And
that for the years, you know, it
yeah.
wasn't like I was.
That's before Instagram and I tell people that's all Instagram really is. It's just bridging the gap between you having those experiences where you know, right.
Show someone or
That's
see
it.
how
You know,
that happened.
but just to have them walk in and you get a call at 1:30 in the morning out of nowhere, and then all
You
of
know,
a
they
sudden
were
it's
third
like,
shift brothers forever.
In-
For
yeah.
a while. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they
you-
started-
that's
they
late.
Leave the house at 11 something. You know?
Yeah.
right.
So,
Man.
yeah, bro. That was it. And then it just went, you know, stayed up,
You just kept touring with
stayed
it.
in. Yeah.
So as far as the when they did the reunion, did you try to be a part of that?
That's a real good question. Hey, I'm surprised you know. So here's what it was. Because I was doing full time at the hospital.
Yeah.
Managing now.
Yeah.
Making good money to support my family. And I had to get back into, because this is much later, why I even got out of it, because I had my first daughter.
Gotcha.
I was making good money on the road now.
Yeah.
And we'd be out for 3 weeks, off for 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's
Out
a
for
lot.
2, off for 4.
That's a lot.
You know, and so I could hustle because I had the pet shop in the meantime. But I had no benefits.
Yeah.
And I didn't care for me.
But when-
I don't fear death or pain.
Right.
What you gonna do to me? But I had the kid now. And she was his oldest sister.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to be, she was a year and a half. And I'm like,
I need something.
I need something
gotta get
stable.
Stability. Yeah.
Stability. So I got back, and that's when I did the ultrasound. Because I
Gotcha.
was already science-minded.
Right. Okay, I can do that.
And I did, and I got the job, and but then I got restricted on touring and doing. So I got out of the touring game. So I did session work throughout the years, this is how I go into acting.
Yeah.
Because I was spiritually offline.
Gotcha.
I wasn't creatively producing like I used to, and on the levels I
Happens
used
all
to
the
be.
time.
Now I had a real job and real family and
Right.
real responsibilities.
Start losing.
The Matrix.
Yes, I am.
All
Come
day.
back. You know what I'm saying? Man.
So I ended up, doing the session work where I could and everything. But I know I don't want to lead away from your question. So when the tour came about, Dre hit me. He's like, "Look, man, I'm just gonna put it out like this. We're doing the full band." He's like, "We ain't gonna get no percussionist unless you want to come on. But if you come on, it's from beginning to end." And that was about a 6-month commitment. I was manager level at this point. I couldn't do that much.
Gotcha.
I even asked him. I said, "Bro." Then I got in Big's ear. I said, "Hey, man, let me hit the bigger ones. Just fly me, the bigger ones. And he said, "I'll look into it. But this was the first time they actually had a musical director. And that guy will.
He was, what's that? What
He
it's
said,
one way.
when my levels on my board get set, I ain't adding, taking off mics or trying to figure out when we're going to put this level back in that. It's going to be this. And I got that.
Gotcha.
And I couldn't hate on them because that wasn't their call. So I had the opportunity, but it wasn't meant for me to do.
I got you.
Saw a couple of the shows, though.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a good show when it's here. 6 months. Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, and it was off and on in that 6 months, but it was like
When they
every
ready.
and any time, could be middle of the week, could be on a weekend, could be, but you just got to be on with us. And unfortunately, man, I couldn't do it.
He was like, damn.
I was like that, yeah, because I would have loved that. I mean,
Right,
we had
that- you know, it
everything.
was
We had
big.
the horns, they had the keys, they had the bass, the
It's live, right?
Remember,
Everything,
so-
yeah, it's just
everything
organic,
was
yeah.
And the percussion would have fit in great in that live.
But that
All
shows
that little ear candy stuff.
Yeah.
it also shows the level of your artistry to say we're not getting nobody else,
They didn't.
Right.
They didn't
right?
have
Like
percussion,
until right.
right? But
Just-
he gave
just
me
it.
the chance. And then I don't know if it was so much artistry or the fact that the comfortability of like, we know he could do what we want and like.
Right.
Why are we going to try to entertain someone and get them all,
Get them
in
up to
their
speed.
mindset, up to
Yeah.
speed,
Right,
and
right,
relationship,
right. Correct.
relatability,
That takes a lot.
Energy, all that.
Yeah, that takes a lot.
Yeah.
As far as touring, what's like your favorite cities to play in?
Man, the biggest show I ever did with them was in Glastonbury, England.
Okay.
Is the first time I saw nothing but a sea of heads. It was over 200,000 people in that.
Right.
In that.
Damn.
Yeah. But that like sound that for like energy wise, that was like whoa. I mean, to the horizon, brother. Just heads.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it in my life, right? And never since. But like the House of Blues shows we did,
Yeah.
just because the sound in those rooms,
Setting,
and
yeah.
the setting, and the,
Yeah.
I mean, that's when the energy was high. Or
Yeah.
for the musical element, not necessarily the crowd element.
Right, because it is the House of Blues is usually, I know they're everywhere. What's
And
the
then we hit
average?
every one,
So what's the
that's-
average amount of people they can fit in there?
and they range, right? 'Cause some of them were bigger than others,
Okay.
but 400, 500, 600,
Okay.
because they had upper levels and
But say just to go from 200 and still have that same energy with 4, it's just,
yeah.
it's
And we did
environment.
those 5,000, 10,000, head shows, and they were great. I mean, we played Lollapalooza, with these big shows, 20, 30, 50 plus. But
Right.
some of these, like, Atlanta always rock. When we did the Tabernacle,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
Always.
the energy was so much, I couldn't even hear myself playing.
Yeah.
Something.
Definitely. Man, that's wild. That's wild. So, as far as now, if there was an opportunity, would you do it now?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I already know.
100%. I'm kind of working in towards that viability, and now with the way I got my stuff set up, I mean, I also do something else in ultrasound, but I have the freedom.
Yeah.
So if I got the opportunity, they said we're going out for 3 weeks. Let's go.
That's what life is about.
Yeah.
Find your freedom.
Yeah.
Right, you find
Yeah.
that freedom.
You have to.
I had to struggle for a couple of decades plus to get back here.
Right.
But praise the powers that be. I'm here.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
yes.
So I always tell somebody, they say, what's success mean to you? I always say freedom.
That's
was
what it is.
That's a good.
Yeah, people always,
equation to-
it's always, relative to amount of money.
Right.
Now, we know that's involved. I mean, because
That
when the
helps you
capitalistic.
do some things,
Right.
which is a freedom. When you can
Yeah.
do things, that's a freedom. So it's a vehicle. It's not the end all.
Right, and
They
most people
taking
think
it
it's
with
just
you.
the end. That they get there. All right, I got the million. Then they're like, I need to do something next. Next thing they know, they're taking the money, going sit with shaman and stuff, trying to fix themselves up because they realize they're ruining themselves.
They got that opportunity.
They got the opportunity now, right?
Go to South America and find
Yeah, right.
It's all hand in hand stuff.
Now we're gonna go to your other passion.
Right.
So as far as acting, so what was you kind of elaborate on how you got into acting. So what's been what's your process with acting? How do you?
You don't know how I got into acting though. Real quick, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
You know Brian Barber.
Yeah.
Shot the movie Ottawa.
Yeah.
And my
Okay.
boy, rest his soul, Trip Rain,
Okay.
who I shot a movie with that went on to Netflix called Bleed. At the time, I was not in acting.
Okay.
I was doing the session work, but I was, like I said, creatively disrupted. Not chemically offline,
You just
but couldn't walk
Yeah.
can walk in.
every day like something ain't right. So Trip myself and Brian Barber went to India for 10 days because Trip was thinking about doing the East-West. He wanted to scout over in India. And I could speak Punjabi and Hindi, so he was like, look, I'll pay for everything. You just translate and be our bro there because you are bro as it is. And he said, Brian, he didn't say Barber. Now, Brian, before he shot Idlewild, he was touring with us vaccine. But he was very kind of reserved dude, and like you really didn't try to talk to him too much unless he. So he was just, but he always be like, "What up, Rod? What up?" So we had good vibes, but we never really communicated. So we get to India, Trip and I, and we're in New Delhi, and he's like, "Yeah, my boy's flying in from South Africa, Brian." I was like, "Okay, whatever. It's your boy, it's my boy." And then we're standing in the airport. Here's this white dude, this tall Indian guy, and Trip's guy, and then I see this light-skinned brother walking. I'm just he coming through, and he looking at me like, that look like Raj.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cut to short. 3 days into the trip, Brian Barber, because we used to have this ritual. We do what we did scouting wise, and then we'd have these big tall 40s of Indian beer called Kingfisher.
Gotcha.
And we'd have our Kingfisher at our meals, and then we'd be getting ready 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the next one, because we did planes, trains, and automobiles in that country in 10 days to do what we needed to do. And third day, and he's like, "Man, Rod, you got some swag, man. You ever think about acting?"
Right. There you go.
I came back and joined Dwayne's class at once. And then I got into it.
Yeah.
So your question was?
That was it.
Told you, he's a man of wisdom and many gifts.
That was it.
I can see it.
That was what got me in, man. And it was the most beautiful thing of why I say it, because now I was doing something creative.
Yeah.
I was feeling more whole.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I
Absolutely.
was feeling more whole.
Absolutely.
And that's what it was about.
And it makes you appreciate both parts, because you got to get dirty to get clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's that's the only comparison of the two. That's just, and you can feel when you're not, because I like to create. When you're not doing anything creative, you're supposed to.
Something's not right.
Everything's gonna be, you're gonna be disturbed.
Balance off.
Yes.
You're
disturbed.
moody. You ain't always irritated.
You don't even know why.
Right.
Right. But it was a blessing, man, because that's why till this day, from that point, this has been my creative outlet.
I got you.
Acting.
Okay. So as far as like, what have been some of the biggest sets you've been on that you've actually enjoyed? It's always you could be in a big project, you be like, man, I really don't like this.
Okay, and you know what? The great thing about that is, 2 of my most favorite characters were independent films, but they were done on low budget sets, so they weren't huge sets, but they were real.
Yeah.
And then the biggest sets I hit this year, bro. I mean, besides NBC show, whatever, but that's a show. We're talking about features. The biggest set was Black Adam.
Okay.
Black Adam, well, they don't edit my ass out.
Right.
But I had a pretty strong role in that.
Yeah.
And the character I portray, if they give me the little bit of screen time, it ain't gonna be a lot, because we set up and we're out. We're not through the whole movie, but we're a very poignant scene. Without giving too much stuff away. Very
On DC on my ass.
so that was huge and really big.
That's good.
Then was Chosen,
Okay.
which I shot in Dallas. The show The Chosen, and I had a pretty cool little spot on that, and that was big time professional.
Yeah.
Talking about 50, 60 crew at any given moment. Yeah, so those 2, I hit both of those this year, and the only ones I did this year. It's okay.
That's cool.
I got something.
Hey.
Better than nothing.
Right.
Correct.
We go through a year without like anything substantial.
Right. Man.
And but interestingly, jump back, because of what we're talking about with the pandemic, last year before, I got booked and slated to do multiple scenes with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay.
In this one movie that he was going to be the lead. But the pandemic hits, everything in Hollywood shuts the hell down. The producers get little cold feet, like, we got money going, what we going to do?
Right.
But then they want to keep the buzz up, and they throw an image out of him in relation to their production product that they're going to be coming up with. They don't know when, but just to keep a little buzz going. And he's like, I didn't sign any contracts. You ain't paying me nothing. How you gonna use my image? I ain't doing it. He pulled out. So that thing got shelved. And it was all because of the pandemic. Because if that wasn't there, everything would have went chop, shoot, and went
Yeah, it's been a linear process.
So the pandemic did mess me up for 2 or 3 pretty good slated projects a year and a half ago.
Gotcha. What happens? Happens. I know for a fact I have about 6 movies that probably will never come out. I know. It is what it is. It's just like that. That's what's up, man. That's definitely. Do you see yourself taking more? I feel like you've been putting a lot of work in, so I do expect, or I see a major role coming.
Bless you, brother.
Something.
Throw that out in the universe.
Yeah.
I've been like this, and you know, E, because you was in the mix like that. In the beginning, I would get very despondent.
Yeah.
You know, I called Dwayne a couple times, like late night, like, bro, you think I'm made for this? Right. You know, like, you think I got what it takes for this?
Right, right.
I ain't got the most prettiest face, and I got some skills, but because I question myself.
Yeah, we all
the
do.
nose you get.
Yeah,
the
we
nose,
all,
nose,
yes.
nose.
Yes,
And you
indeed.
know that you did good,
Yeah.
characterability wise, in your heart, you're like, I could see myself doing that.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened? Or you on first refusal, or you get the 3 callbacks, and then you still don't book it. All these things make you build that thicker skin. So now I'm so comfortable.
Right.
I don't care if I booked it or not.
Correct.
I just want to keep trying.
Yeah, man.
And I'm glad I'm at that point in my mind in life, dude, because it was
Yeah.
stressful as hell first 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's how it was coming to America.
And it
You
takes
keep
a
going
lot.
in there and going in and going. You're like, okay, I made it now.
It takes a lot to get to that
Like,
part of the mind state. Yeah, it takes a lot to get there.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's definitely, and it's good to see you had that positive mindset. I think that's the key.
Now, yeah. Oh, really? You knew it was yours. You just got that look like it ain't nobody else. Is that like your alarm? Like, okay, show's over. The car's like, yo, bro, come and stop me. We gotta go.
Hey, come get us.
Yeah, I got you. But definitely. So what do you? As far as you pretty much covered. Like this, I'm still amazed.
I talk a lot, man. I'm sorry I didn't give you all
That's
the
what you
opportunity.
want.
That's why I'm in the
Correct.
middle seat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
guest.
enough.
Man, you are the guest.
So we don't have to edit some of his stuff so we get our words in.
Sometimes, man, we have to fight to get the people to speak. Like, damn, they be like, yeah, I just work.
But it's about being comfortable within self.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people, yeah.
And with who you're around. I mean,
Yeah.
you got good vibes, but this is my bruh,
Right.
You know? So I came in with that mindset that I'm gonna be me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
That's it. It's,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Because I kind of told Lou, I was like, it's pretty much just gonna be we have
Raj show.
we have the essential questions, but I just know that I don't have to worry about Raj fighting to get words out of Raj. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
No, when I know, and it's my thing. If I don't know something, man, I don't make stuff up.
Right.
I'll be like, I got to figure or find out about it, or I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's right. That's an opportunity.
When
I don't know
you
yet.
know. Yeah.
It's coming. I don't know yet.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you still? I saw the other day you was jamming out.
Yes, you.
It's on.
Oh
IG,
yes, I'm
yeah.
recording. Oh yeah, bro. So that one thing was just because having fun, because I love music. And the other thing was actually for a session in my boy's studio.
Yeah.
That's gonna come out on this one, brother Jamal's album. It's gonna be great. Cujo already laid track, some verses. Big Rube was on his stuff, and then we got Joy. Joy from Wild Peach, but Joy.
Talking about lit.
Yeah.
Joy do lit or
No, the lady, Tennessee Kitten, Joy.
I think so.
You would know her work. She was with Erica. She back
She did
sang
a song
for
with
Erica
Sleepy Brown?
Badu. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know what that is.
So So she on this brother's album. So this brother, he gonna come up with some really. What I love about it is they love me giving me freedom to do stuff. I mean, I know Chris Carmouche, who's producing it. He's a brilliant producer. Grammy. He been on the stage with Outkast. He done. Grammy on the Grammy stage and won stuff for his work. So I knew I listened to his experience and knowledge, but they gave me a little liberty, and so this is gonna be some real cool tribal type because of the percussive work on it on some of these tracks. And I'm really looking forward to what he come up with, man.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man.
Cool.
Yeah, you all plugged in, man.
A little plug in.
Yeah,
I
man.
got a little plug.
Teddy Raj.
A little plug.
Give me 6 months. I'm coming.
Let's go.
Stupid. No. That's up, man. That's up. So as far as I know you got a session with your son. So did you introduce? How did that work with your son? Did he just naturally hop in on it, or you just kind of
again? God gifted, and when he was little, I'd set him in my lap and making his little hands hit the generator or something, but not forcing and pushing because he liked doing it.
Right.
But then I got to see where he's like, oh yeah, he
he
got
good.
the gift of rhythm. He got the gift of rhythm.
The heartbeat of the universe.
Just lately, the past few months, I've gotten him to start taking kit lessons.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
that's why we're doing the show today.
Yeah.
His band, the little kid band, is going to be jamming today this afternoon. Outdoors, y'all are more than welcome to come. It's in Snellville, man.
Okay.
And you'll see my boy doing his thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just so is it just one instrument or is it multiple instruments?
Him,
Yeah.
bass, and drums.
Actually,
Me, harmonium, little bass, little keys, drum. But I can't read music.
Yeah.
I can hear it. I remember when we would tour, man, and the band would be playing, and if one of the guitarists or the bass went off, I didn't know what note they went off, but as rhythmic energy, because I'm meditating when I play, bro. My eyes are closed. I minimize my five senses down to feel and sound.
right.
I rarely have something in my mouth, so I ain't tasting nothing. I ain't smelling nothing unless someone's putting it in the air.
Yeah. There you go.
But otherwise, so that's what meditation is, right?
Yeah, that's what
Minimizing your senses.
Correct.
Bro, I don't have to do no intoxications. Take me an hour and a half to come down after a show when it's right, when the energy and the frequencies and the vibes and the wavelengths are so on point. Ooh, when you ride that wave, it's hard to come off.
It's hard to come out.
Yeah. See me, I'm more of a harmonica and a xylophone kind of guy.
Let's go, Louisiana, man. I'm gonna get my what's it called?
guy. I can play country violin. I'm just playing.
You ain't fiddling no.
I'm feeling bad, man. You know what, man? Whatever, man. Whatever. All right, man. It's been real, Raj. It's
Man.
been real.
Definitely has.
Been real. We should
Definitely
keep it on long. We know you gotta go. We know. So, but definitely. We definitely appreciate you coming, man.
The energy was great, man. It was not pretentious at all, man. I mean, I could sit here and do this for another hour, and y'all be like, "No, man, you talk too much." Chill out, man.
I got you. I definitely think we need to do some projects together.
You know what, man?
Definitely
I'm on board.
Yeah.
You know, with the right people, man. It ain't about the money all the time.
No.
You get me pizza or gas. You don't even have to get me gas if it's close by, you know.
Right.
If I got to go out of state or something, you got
Gotcha.
something, you know.
Gotcha.
We ain't just, you know. No.
Some type of conversation.
Yeah, but I ain't even worried about that.
Any closing remarks that you want to tell our viewers? Or?
In what respects? You got to give me some time.
We just like to have like a quote, just saying how you feel about life, or stay motivated.
Absolutely. Well, no, it's not very complicated. You know, be true to yourself. Don't fear an outcome because you never done it before. Be faithful to a higher power. I don't care. You want to say Allah, Shiva, Krishna, Ram, Buddha, Jesus. I don't care because that's semantics.
Yeah.
Right.
Words are man-made. The spirit is infinite,
Yeah.
and it's one.
Right.
So follow your spirit and don't do nobody wrong. And
Yeah.
you'll do all right.
You be all right. That's it. I
Can't
agree
say
with
nothing
that.
after that. Except for peace.
Yeah. What about you, Lou? You got anything?
Tell me, he pretty much said,
Right.
you know I am. I'm a spirit-driven individual,
Right.
so he said a lot right
Yeah.
now. Love is the frequency.
Quick, right? Yes.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he said it, he put it forth. I mean, take soup.
Like they say you have to be kind of crazy to live your dreams. I disagree. I think you have to be crazy to not live your dreams.
Thank you.
Oh man. Damn. That's it. That's it.
You can close it on that one.
Yeah, that's it. All right, man. We'll see y'all.
Let's get it. When you're out here moving, make sure that you're doing you, that you're doing you. You're only born to do one thing.